Good evening and welcome to NNX, where we give you campus news faster than you can eat a bowl of Lucky Charms. I'm Logan Schijano.
And I'm Julie Narvaez-Munguia. Let's dive right into tonight's stories. The city of Evanston is making strides on an initiative in the making, recognizing the history of its African American community. The initiative has been spearheaded by Dina Robinson of Shorefront Legacy Center, but the idea of recognizing Evanston's African American history originated in the 90s. The first 8 heritage sites chosen by the Shorefront include the homes of Evanston's first Black alderman, first Black mayor, and a family business and community hospital. These sites are memorialized by sidewalk markers.
Some of the perceptions in Evanston is that the Black community was always in that area in the 5th Ward. And what we want to showcase is that in early history, the African American representation was all over Evanston, north side, south part of Evanston, and the immediate downtown.
And Julia Richardson joins us now. Julia, you have reported that this project has been in the works for a while. When was the first site dedicated?
So there was a resolution passed in 2020 that gave Shorefront the okay to go ahead with the project, but Robinson told me he wanted the time to get the community involved. This was also right around the time that COVID hit, so getting the markers made took about 6 months. But the first site, which is the Edwin B. Jourdain House, was dedicated in May of this year.
Right, and how can the community become more involved in the Heritage Site program?
So as you said before, the first 8 sites were chosen by Shorefront, but now the organization kind of wants the community to take the lead and is encouraging people to nominate their own sites. Robinson told me he wants people to do their own research and make their case as to why a certain site should be recognized, and they hope to nominate around 4 new sites per year. Residents who want to nominate a site can go to evanstonheritagesites.org to fill out a questionnaire.
Thanks so much, Julia. Logan?
Thanks, Julia. And for students driven to learn about these sites, Northwestern wheeled out an Evanston bus tour led by local historian and Shorefront founder Dina Robinson. The tour took place last Saturday. Shepherd Hall faculty and residents, Dr. Ava Thompson-Greenwell, helped organize the event. Its goal, to take learning beyond the classroom and help students understand the community where they live, work, and study.
The foundation of making change is to understand the necessity for change. And until you understand that, whatever change you do won't be done from the heart.
And the event was just one of many Dr. Greenwell hosts. Her next event is a discussion on mindfulness techniques at Shepherd Hall this Thursday.
And Northwestern University graduate workers, or NUGWU, are petitioning for a university-recognized labor union. NUGWU marched from the Technological Institute to the office of the Provost, Kathleen Haggerty, last Thursday to deliver a letter requesting to be recognized by the university as a union. As a union, they hope to have a more bargaining power over issues like competitive compensation and comprehensive health care.
We want more pay and we want more say. We want that permanent seat at the bargaining table.
In a letter addressed to the organizers Monday, Haggerty says they will not recognize NUGW as a union until there is an official vote. NUGW will now take steps to file with the National Labor Relations Board to conduct a vote via a secret ballot election.
And Northwestern and Chicago are home to many glass buildings. Tourists may enjoy them, but they're certainly not for the birds. The glass reflections prompt roughly 700 collisions a year on campus, according to the Chicago Bird Collision Monitors. Bird activists from Evanston and Northwestern are flocking together to support our winged friends. The ASG Sustainability Committee launching a petition to add bird-safe tape to Mud Library, one of the main hazards for birds. Other buildings like the Kellogg Global Hub and Francis Serrell already have modifications to prevent bird collisions.
If you were going to build a building that was going to kill birds, you would design it just like this.
And Liz Castillo joins us now in the studio. Liz, how did this collaboration between Evanston and bird activists at Northwestern start?
Yeah, so it really starts with 2 people in the greater Evanston and Northwestern communities. So Vlad Navirkovitz as well as Libby Hill. So Libby Hill has been an activist in the Evanston area for years, advocating for birds. and even teaching at an Illinois university. And then Vlad is actually also from the Evanston area and has been an avid bird watcher since he was a kid. So growing up, he was connected with Libby, and through that, they decided to start this initiative at Northwestern once they acknowledged that Northwestern wasn't really responding to community activists.
Yeah, very interesting. Well, you know, Liz, earlier this year, Northwestern released plans for a new Ryan Field with a lot of glass in the design. What does this activism mean for the upcoming construction?
Yeah, so this activism has been going on for a long time. And actually a couple months ago, I believe back in September, there was an ordinance passed to prevent the buildings of certain pieces of construction that would have a lot of glass. And if there was a lot of glass, they would have to take bird-safe precautions. So any future construction on Northwestern's campus will have to abide by that ordinance, so it really shouldn't be too much of a concern down the line.
Well, Liz, hope that those birds stay safe out there. Over to you, Julia.
And a trip to a silver screen is now only a short walk away. A new AMC theater is opening on Maple Avenue last Wednesday. It has a dozen screens and replaced Century 12 Evanston, which closed during the pandemic. A group of South area students visited the theater to see Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. A Sky Zone trampoline park is being built on the complex as well.
Well, that sounds like a lot of fun. What also was a lot of fun was when Northwestern dance and performance groups Refusion and Boom Shaka ignited the Cahn Auditorium this past weekend. NNN's Alexia Katota-Browner takes us to the stage.
Dancing, drumming, and giving it their all, performers returned to the stage for the annual Refusion Shaka, or RFS show, this past weekend. It combined performances from Refresh Dance Crew, a hip-hop team that auditions by piece, the hip-hop group Fusion Dance Company, and Boom Shaka, a joint dance and drumming group.
It's an opportunity for other students and people's friends to see them dance, often for like the first time since they've met.
Students choreograph the dances, and the teams practice all fall quarter.
We started prepping for Refusion Shaka before the school year even started.
A key part of dance? Facial expressions. And while they performed last year, this Refusion Shaka was their first without masks since the pandemic began.
Dancing, so much of it is the facial expressions and the stage presence. I found it really hard last year to just do everything with the eyes.
But it's not just the dancers themselves that make the show. Effects like the stage lighting bring out the best in the performers.
Very technical. We're working down to the 1/30th of a second to get those flashes on beat and stuff like that.
The show ran 3 times, with their final Saturday 10 p.m. show selling out.
Our last show of the weekend is always the best one because all the alumni come and the alumni know how important the audience is, so they stand up and they scream.
Seeing everyone having a good time and being so excited for all these dancers definitely makes everything so worth it.
Alexia Katota-Browner, Northwestern News Network.
Thanks, Alexia. That looked like quite a fun time. Julia, I think it's so great that so many different performing groups are coming together for this one show.
I totally agree. I'm really sad I missed it. I thought everyone's social media looked insane. Did you get a chance to go, Logan?
I did not, but I gotta tell you, I've been thinking about that bird story. When I was a little kid, I saw a bird slam into a apartment building back in New York City when I was visiting my grandma and fell to the ground right in front of me. It was devastating. So, you know, that story means a lot to me.
Yeah, that's why I personally don't believe in birds, but you know, it is what it is.
All right then, well, that is all the time we have for tonight. Thanks so much for watching.
Stay tuned for the Northwestern News Report and Politica coming up next. I'm Julia Nervais.
And I'm Logan Schijano. Have a great night.